from the Bronx culture to the rap culture, from the comic book culture to the anime culture. They all are different in definition, beliefs, ideals, and contents, but yet they are all similar. They are similar in the sense that they all involve a group of people who share a common interest and beliefs. According to DiCaprio and Whittaker, a culture is composed of shared beliefs, norms, and attitudes that guide a group of people's behavior and help explain their world. The culture that I chose to present, and I am also a part of, is the fashion culture. I feel that DiCaprio and Whittaker's definition of a culture defines the fashion culture because all our culture is about is free expression and this is what guides us. Many people do not understand what fashion really is. Some people can, others don't, but the fashion culture is actually out there and it always will be. As its own culture, it plays a big influence on our society and culture today in America, along with the rest of the world. The fashion culture has even worked its way into music, with artists wearing designer everything and even making music about it. The only problem with that is the same problem with our people in society today. Some are not educated, so they do not truly understand the meaning of fashion and the fashion culture and what it means to those who are part of it. There are artists who are truly fashion savvy, but generally speaking, I consider others to be hypebeasts or people who wear the latest gear just because it is what's new. Many view fashion as a trend than it is, but it is more than that. It's an art. Art is a gateway to express yourself, and we like to express ourselves through our clothing. An artist is someone who is involved in the wide range of activities that are related to creating art. Fashion is part of the modern art. The art of the 20th century infused beauty portrayal. Fashion image substitutes art image and culture and forms culture beauty world. It also allows to understand cultural meanings of this phenomenon. For example, a painter paints to show their audience what is on their mind and what pain, sadness, happiness, or any other emotion that they are feeling. So maybe someone can relate to that work and see its worth. Fred Davis, the author of Fashion, Culture, and Identity, questions fashion by asking, do clothes speak, and what makes them fashion? What is the nature of the statements we make with our clothes, cosmetics, and perfumes with which we surround ourselves? Are such statements analogous to those we make when we speak, write, or talk to our fellows? Alongside his questioning on fashion, Davis noted that novelist Alison Lurie has recently claimed, though hardly demonstrated, is clothing not virtually a visual language with its own distinctive grammar, syntax, and vocabulary? Davis and Lurie hit it on the head, but I feel they went a little overboard. The language of the fashion culture is not viewed in that deep of context, but we do want our statements to be heard without having to verbally say it. There's said to even be a certain code called the clothing code in fashion. In Davis's book, Eco said, I would hold that clothing styles and the fashions that influence them over time constitute something approximating a code. It is a code, however, radically dissimilar from those used in cryptography. Neither can it be more generally equated with the language rules that govern speech and writing. Another figure, an anthropologist and linguist, Edward Sapir, also gave insight displayed in Davis's book. The chief difficulty of understanding fashion in its apparent vagaries is the lack of exact knowledge of the unconscious symbolisms attaching to forms, colors, textures, postures, and other expressive elements of a given culture. The, the difficulty is appreciably increased by the fact that some of the expressive elements tend to have quite different symbolic references in different areas. Gothic type, for instance, is a nationalistic token in Germany, while in Anglo-Saxon culture, the practically identical type known as Old English signifies a wistful look backward at madrigals and pewter. I agree with both Eco and Sapir, because fashion, to those unknowing, is sort of like a code that dictates our direction. Someone's outfit can have a lot to say without words. They can even allow connections to be made. For example, in contemporary Western culture, a great deal of sign conventionalization obtains in clothing as it does in the arts and crafts generally. Hence, different combinations of apparel, with their attendant qualities, are capable of registering sufficiently consistent meaning for wearers and their viewers. For example, a lady's golfer's golf skirt will never be mistaken for a formal dress. The language of the fashion culture is a unique language that is spoken fluently amongst each other, but I want others to be able to understand us despite not being part of the fashion culture. As time goes on, new ideas are thought of, new theories are created, new technological advances are made, and etc. Everything is always changing, including fashion. In order for change, someone has to make the big step and willing to make that change. Our fashion predecessors were the ones willing to think different, think outside the box and beyond. If it wasn't for them, we wouldn't have the creative clothes, sneakers, shoes, and accessories where we have today. But most importantly, we wouldn't have grown into the culture that we are known for. Everyone fears being different because they worry too much about what others will think of them. The famous designers like Coco Chanel, Alexander McQueen, Marc Jacobs, and Miuccia Prada knew that they had to be creative to do something different, something that wasn't the norm. Yeah, their new different ideas may not have caught the public eye immediately, and there may be criticism, but they did not care because they were expressing themselves in their work. I love being able to express myself through what I wear, not caring about what others think. This is why I chose to become a part of the fashion culture. Wearing whatever we want to allow us to feel free, and the only way you can truly be free is when the mind no longer realizes boundaries, as said by singer-songwriter, rapper, and fashion designer Pharrell Williams. Across the country in Britain, there are 6 ladies averaging the age of 80 who defy fashion norms. They actually have a TV documentary on BBC4. None of these women let age get the best of them. They do not care what people think of them or the way they dress. One fashionista stated, "I do not give a damn what people think of me or the way I dress. I dress for myself because I love style and design and color." Not only all of these women wear high-end garments, one of these women only receives an income from a state pension and shops at charity shops. It is not how much you spend or dressing like a 20-year-old, but having an identity beyond old lady. A lot of people think that being fashionable is wearing name brand stuff, but it is not. There are certain fashion rules, but when it comes to putting outfits together or certain articles, for example, when wearing a cardigan, you do not button the last button, but there is no rule stating that you have to wear only this brand or that. Fashion is a freedom of speech in a sense. Swag, to me, is dead. Swag is your own unique style of dressing that represents who you are and is what makes you feel comfortable. Fashion is not only influencing the younger crowd, as you can see. These ladies are trying to show that getting older isn't a bad thing and that no matter what age you can still be fashionable. The fashion culture is all about free expression. It contains its own language that is used through clothes. To those outside of the culture, they are just simply a pair of clothes or sneakers or accessories, but it is more than that to us. We like to be different and creative, and this ideal leads to criticism and judgment. We do not care though because we view ourselves as creators and innovators, who are still the same people like everyone else, except our identity is totally fashion.